Super Bowl will forever link Tom Brady and LeBron James. But we start with the night in the NBA.
Yeah, and we begin with the Raptors and Nets. And, man, there was some major confusion in this contest. So Kevin Durant, he warmed up, but then wasn't available to start this game due to health and safety protocols. Now, he wasn't ruled out of the game either, though. Durant would enter the game with 4:13 left in the first quarter, his first time coming off the bench in 867 contests. Looking just fine here, though. Easy dunk. Nets down 12 at that point. 5:27 to go in the half. Nets down 55-45. How about that fade right there? Nets down 8. About a minute later, Brooklyn down 9. Harden swings it across the floor. KD, okay. Durant 8 points in the first half. The Nets trailing 67-63. Now, early third quarter, during a review of a foul call, Durant is informed by a Nets employee that he has been deemed ineligible to play the rest of the game. Again, initially not being able to start the game, could come back. Now he's got to leave again. Heads to the locker room. Misses the remainder of the contest. So that snaps his streak of 166 games scoring in double figures. He finished with 8 points in this contest. Raptors not going to work. Pascal Siakam getting some buckets. See right here, you got one there. A little spin move by Siakam, left hand. He's starting to play a lot better for Toronto, which is really good because they're starting to creep up a little bit in the East. There's Siakam on the fade. They're 15 in the 30th, 33 for the game. He's got 30 or more in 3 of his last 4. The Raptors led by 2. Fourth quarter, they're down 4. Siakam with the steal pushes to Kyle Lowry, who's feeling it from 3 in this contest. Raptors down 1. Under 4 minutes to go, Raps down 2. Lowry again, just confident back there. 6 and 9 from distance in this contest. Now, as Lowry is pouring it on, Durant tweeting, "Free me." Interesting. Again, a confusing night. Raptors up 1. Just over 3 minutes to go, same score. Lowry pulling up. He had 30 points in this contest. Raptors up 4. Under 2 minutes to go, they're up 3. Norman Powell saves it. They swing it. Fred VanVleet coming off that game. We had 54 points, a franchise record. Gets it to go. Raptors winning this one. Here's James Harden on the KD situation.
That's frustrating, especially, we follow the protocols. We get tested, every single day. So I don't understand the whole thing where he couldn't play, and then he came on the court, and then they took him back. It's just a lot going on. It's too much going on. It's kind of overwhelming, especially when we're in the midst of a tough game, and like these games are going to add up, especially if we're talking about playoff seeding. We're talking about positioning ourselves and to home court advantage and whatnot, and catch a rhythm and all that. So I feel like I don't know. It's overwhelming. It's frustrating. Yeah.
All right, Adrian Wojnarowski joining us now. So you heard James Harden there calling it a frustrating situation. Kevin Durant tweeting during the game. Clearly he was frustrated. I would say it's a confusing situation. What happened? Walk us through this.
Well, there was an associate of Kevin Durant, someone who he had spent time with and had been around earlier today, who returned an inconclusive test for the coronavirus this afternoon. Initially, the Nets and the league pulled him about 15 minutes before tip-off, but because the test was inconclusive, the league allowed him to go back into the game shortly after tip-off. And then when that individual later in the evening returned a positive test for the coronavirus, then Kevin Durant was pulled out of the game. I'm told now he will not travel with the Nets to Philadelphia. The Nets play the Sixers on Saturday night there. And now Kevin Durant goes back into contact tracing, and they'll spend time evaluating the amount of time he spent, the proximity to this person. It cost him 4 games about a month ago in contact tracing. Remember, he had the virus back in March, still had the antibodies for it a month ago, but I think a large part of the confusion tonight was allowing him and pulling him initially, putting him in the game when it was just an inconclusive test. And the question, and James Harden asked it after, and I think it was being asked within the Nets, if Kevin Durant was in the locker room with his teammates after potential exposure to that individual, should the Nets have played that game at all? And so those are all questions that I think they're going to have to work through with the league and the Nets and to really understand what happened and if things played out as they should have happened with the protocols the league has in place.
Well, we know there's no playbook on this. Each situation very unique. However, this less than ideal. There's no doubt about that. Thank you, Woj.
Thanks, Namil.
All right, now to the team sporting the league's best record entering Friday. The Jazz at 17-5, visiting the Hornets. Utah had won 13 of their last 14 coming in, and Gordon Hayward came out hotter than fish grease in this game. Knocks down a turnaround there, little step back three. He had 11 in the first quarter. He finished with 25. A minute later, Charlotte's up 7 here. LaMelo Ball, the rook, deep three over Donovan Mitchell. Hornets up 2 after the first. Second quarter, though, here come the Jazz. Mike Conley, that's a 3. Mitchell, that's a stop and pop. And then very next possession against LaMelo, Mitchell like, yo, step to this, I dare you. Less than 4 to go in the half. Bojan Bogdanovic, he knocks down a 3. Jazz were hot comb hot from deep. 12 threes in the first half. They had a 15-point lead at the break. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Charlotte trying to make a comeback. LaMelo for 3, good. Youngest Hornet ever to score 30 in a game. First rookie to do it since Alonzo Mourning, 1993, he had 34, but Mitchell had 30. Bogdanovic had 31. First Jazz teammates to each score 30 and hit 5 threes in a game. Jazz win at 138-121, their 14th win in their last 15 games. Now, we talked about those threes, and this has been a trend for them all season en route to the best record in the league. Not only did they make 26 threes in this game, which is their most in a game in franchise history, but also just the third team in NBA history to make 25 threes in multiple games in a season. The Rockets did it a couple years ago, and then the Rockets did it again. They've done it twice.
All right, the Pelicans are coming off an impressive win against the Suns. 7 players in double figures in that one. Taking on the Pacers here, Zion Williamson, overpowering Domantas Sabonis early on. Gets into the lane, and he's absolute money. When he's in there, he's going to score. Pelicans up 4, up 40-36. Now Williamson exploding again here, getting to the hoop. Williamson joining Blake Griffin as the second active player with 1,000 points in their first 44 career games. Just under a minute left in the first. Pelicans still up. Zion kicking it out to Brandon Ingram, who's having himself a season, man. Pump fake, drive, slams it home. They combined for 30 points on 72% shooting in the first, 57-48 at the break. Under 9 minutes to go after being down by as many as 18. The Pacers starting to creep back in this one. Justin Holiday tied his career high with 7 threes, had a team high 22 points in this one. Pacers down 5. Doug McDermott getting into the action. Indiana taking the 1-point lead. Pelicans up 2 now. Ingram. Analytics guy's not going to like that. He had a game-high 30. Pelicans leading by 4. Ensuing Pacers possession. T.J. McConnell whipping it back to Miles Turner. Sets up for the 3. The Pacers were 10-12 from deep in the fourth quarter. McConnell assisting on 7 of those. Turner driving inside here. Can't get the tough layup to fall. And that was huge because the Pelicans would hang on for the 114-113 win.